Over the past year, I have quit some of the most talked about wavy hair care habits.
Hey, listen, I quit.
And the results have been transformative. My routine is much simpler now, my hair feels incredibly healthy, and I have saved time and money. So today I want to talk about the 5 things that I've stopped doing, what I do now instead, and hopefully these will help you make taking care of your waves much easier, much less time consuming, and possibly even a bit cheaper. Get comfy, get a cup of coffee, let's have a chat. One of these things that I've stopped doing, started doing, has made such a huge difference to the health of my hair. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Let's dive straight in. The first thing that I have stopped doing is I have quit overly complicated routines. Let's talk about why. Firstly, they are much more time consuming. And for me, the amount of time and effort and energy required never actually resulted in a huge improvement in terms of results. So it's kind of a effort versus reward thing. Now, don't get me wrong, you will find these types of tutorials and routines on my YouTube channel because I'm testing out a product range or somebody else's routine to see if it works for wavy hair, to share the results with you guys. But actually, day to day, in terms of if I'm doing a wash routine, that is no longer how I style my hair. When I started my wavy hair journey, and the first ever video that I filmed of my wavy hair wash routine back in, I think, mid to late 2023, that involved multiple products, multiple steps within that routine, different styling techniques, different hold products and so on. I no longer follow that wash routine. And in fact, if you would like an updated version of how 9 times out of 10 I wash my hair and style it, then let me know and I'll get that filmed. But for me, those multi-layering routines are just not something I do anymore. When you think about it, the cost associated with that as well. If you take, for example, the viral curly hair change your life routine that I tried out, don't get me wrong, really good results. I was really happy with how my hair looked, but to buy all of those products cost me nearly £90. And I think from memory, there was a leave-in treatment, a curl cream, I think there were 2 different foams, and I just bought one because I was like, that's excessive, and then a gel and an oil, and I added it all up, and yeah, it came to about 90 quid, which is a lot of money. And honestly, I like the results, but it's still not my preferred look and finish to my hair. So another thing is you can save money if you're not using quite so many products within your routine. I also find that multi-layering complicated routines create frizz. Honestly, the more you touch your hair, particularly when it's wet, the more you're raking in product, glazing, scrunching, adding, the more you touch it, the more likely you are to create frizz. And my hair is frizz prone, so the less I do to it, the less I touch it, the smoother result I'll get, the less frizz and the less flyaways. And then finally, another reason why is I like my hair to feel soft and product free. And it doesn't matter what routine, if I'm layering and adding multiple products, I will feel them after I've scrunched out the crunch, day 2, day 3, and so on. I don't like that feeling of texture and grit within my hair. I do like my hair to feel soft and smooth and shiny and nice to the touch. And so I have found that instead of multiple layering complicated routines that take time, I am much better off with just 2 products. And so 9 times out of 10 these days, the first product I would apply would be a leave-in conditioner, and then I would create my curl clumps, usually using my side dunk method, and then I'd apply a gel, and that would be the end of it. No layering of mousse, curl creams, leave-ins. I just find it too complicated, too costly, and much more likely to create frizz. So no more overcomplicated routines, unless I'm testing it out for YouTube. I'm talking about my day-to-day life, how I care for my hair. I'm not using multiple styling products anymore. Coffee. Okay, let's talk about the thing that I've quit that I believe has been most transformative. I have quitting silicons. Does that make sense? Let me reframe it to make it easier. I have reintroduced silicons into my hair care. This, I feel, is quite a emotional topic. If you go onto Reddit and Facebook, people get quite emotional and quite heated. I think that's a fair description when it comes to silicons. But the reason I have changed direction is I was experimenting with that viral curly hair TikTok routine. That was an experiment. And to do that, I had to buy the products because I didn't have most of them. And when I was looking into it, I noticed that the first one, which I have here, is the Redken, what's it called? All Soft Mega Curls Hydra Melt. So this sort of leave-in treatment has got amodimethione in it. And so it's also not cheap. It's like £26. And so I took the decision that I wanted to try this curly hair routine, and therefore I was just going to take the risk and use that product, even though, relatively speaking, I had dropped silicons from most of my hair care. And what I mean by that is I no longer had it in conditioners or treatment products. The only thing that really had silicone in it that I was still using was an oil to scrunch out the crunch. So yeah, I took the decision, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to try the routine, it's got silicones in it, we'll see what happens. And I really liked that routine, I really liked the results, I was happy with it all. I must say I've never done it again since. But because this product was expensive, I thought, right, I don't want to just never use that again. I want to make sure I use it up. I'm going to try it when I just air dry my hair. We'll see what it's like, because then you can kind of really put a product to the test. And I'm not exaggerating when I say it was the best air dry routine results I had ever had. My hair felt so soft and so beautiful and smooth, and it kind of created the look that I most aim for. I like a very undone, sort of loose, light texture wave to my hair that still feels soft. And that is what that product did for me. And so that sparked my curiosity, because I thought, what is it in this product that has created such a lovely finish for my hair? This is going to be so tricky to edit. I'm never drinking coffee again when I'm doing a video. Curiosity sparked. I went away and started doing some more research. I came across this video.
This ingredient completely transformed my hair, and it might transform yours too. I cannot go without it. It is amodimethione.
This is from Michelle on YouTube, who is Lab Muffin. Her content is amazing. If you're into the science behind beauty, hair care, skin, etc., you will love her channel. I love her channel. And this video really changed my mind about silicons. And so that, teamed with my actual experience of the Redken product, made me decide I'm going to experiment and reintroduce some silicons and see how my hair reacts. My hair responded so well. I really do struggle with frizz. Lots of reasons. Firstly, I have wavy hair, and having wavy hair does mean that it's going to be on the frizz prone side. It's the natural texture of your hair. You've got that loose bend. It's also on the dry side, my hair. I still have colour treatments, I still have bleach put through it. So, and then I have a lot of new hair growth. So I do struggle with frizz. And when I started to introduce specifically amodimethione back into my hair care in conditioners and in treatments, my hair felt stronger. It felt smoother, I have less frizz, no matter whether I'm wearing it like I am today, which is kind of a bouncy blow dry that I did, was it yesterday or the day before? The day before. So yeah, no matter if I'm doing a bouncy blow dry or if I'm doing a scrunch technique or an air dry, by having those silicons within my hair care routine, it has transformed the look and the feel and the overall condition of my hair. And I know that lots of people will just be saying, well, that's because it's coated in a silicone, but I have listened to the science from Michelle, and that's what I'm going with. And the response from my hair has been so positive that I am definitely going to quitting silicons. So let me just share with you, in case you're interested and you would like to also experiment and see how your hair responds to silicons, let me share with you some of my favourite products. So first up, look at this bad boy. This is Pureology's Hydrate Conditioner, and this used to be my go-to favourite shampoo and conditioner, and I stopped using it when I started embracing my waves, and so I still have a huge amount of this left. If in all honesty, it probably is past its sell-by date, but I'm sorry, I'm using this up, I don't care. That has amodimethione in it, and it's probably now the conditioner that I would always reach for if I was going to do a bouncy blow dry. I actually didn't 2 days ago because I'm still going through a hair growth experiment. If you want to know more about that, it'll be up on the channel in a few weeks' time. So if you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll get notified. I'm testing out hair growth hacks, and part of that is a specific shampoo and conditioner. So I didn't use this recently, but I absolutely love that shampoo, love the conditioner, and will be reintroducing both of those into my hair care ongoing once I've used up some of the shampoos and conditioners I've got. Okay, one of my all-time favourite budget-friendly protein treatments with silicone. God, that was a mouthful. It's the Cer 100 from Elizavecca. Now, I know this has amodimethione in it, but I don't know exactly where, because this is a Korean brand and I cannot read or speak Korean. But I do know this has amodimethione in it because that's the reason I stopped using it. And now I regret that decision because I used this recently and my hair felt so wonderful. Smooth, strong, detangled, healthy, fantastic. It's about £7. I used to get it on Amazon. I can't seem to find it on there anymore. YesStyle, I think, was the last time I bought it. This is almost empty now. I'm definitely ordering another one because it's beautiful and I just forgot how good it was. So highly recommend that. A couple of others, obviously this from a leave-in conditioner perspective, really good. It was my favourite product for air drying. However, Olaplex No5 launched this year, the moisturiser Mend, and that has actually superseded this. If I wanted something a little bit more nourishing, maybe a little bit heavier, I might use this. So if I was really struggling with frizz, I would use this, but I think my hair's even just continually getting better and better in terms of condition. But I can definitely highly recommend that. This is another one I love, another treatment product from Amika. I'm pretty sure this is dimethicone. I won't pretend to know what the kind of niche of the difference is. I'm sure Michelle's channel would explain it. She probably does explain it in that video and I've just forgotten because unfortunately I don't retain that kind of scientific information. What I can retain is I've used this, it felt amazing, gonna keep using it. So those are some of my favourite products that contain amodimethione, but I do also think sometimes it just does come down to experimenting and see what your hair reacts well to. Okay, the third thing that I am quitting is not washing my hair frequently. This is something, a habit that I picked up very quickly when I joined, I think it was 2 different Facebook groups that both advised to aim to only wash your hair once a week. And so very quickly I decided, oh right, okay, I must follow this advice. And I had never had any problems with my scalp before. I am fortunate not to have, dealt with dandruff or itching or any soreness or irritation, no problems, until I started trying to eke out to like 7 or 8 days before washing my hair. Then, not funnily enough, like makes complete sense, my scalp, particularly at the back of my head, became very itchy, and I think I was even scratching it in my sleep, and then it was very sore and I couldn't really see, but the skin felt bumpy and irritated. So quite early on, that is something that I quit. I just think that leaving it 7 or 8 days, ultimately you're not you're not cleansing your hair, you're cleansing your scalp with your shampoo. It's skin. You need to think of it more as skincare than hair care. And I'm kind of a bit annoyed and ashamed of myself considering my profession. Like, I'm in the beauty industry, I am a facialist, I know skin, I should know better than not washing it for 7 or 8 days. So that is definitely something I'm going to quit. Simple. I tend to wash my hair now every 3 to 4 days, and I don't overthink it. If I have washed my hair and then had an impromptu sweaty workout or a long tennis session, or I just have done exercise 2 days in a row and I really feel like I've got that sweaty build up, I'm going to wash my hair and just not worry about it. Health of my scalp supersedes hair washing. And to be honest, yes, I think if you're washing your hair every day and you're being rough with your hair when it's wet, you can cause damage. But as long as you're being gentle when your hair is wet and you're doing all the right things of adding conditioners and leave-in conditioners and so on, I don't think that's where most of hair damage gets done. Okay, so the next one, again, this might be not controversial, but kind of will split the group, say, because I have quit not brushing my hair when it's dry. It's much easier to tell you what I am doing. So basically, I now do brush my hair even when it's dry. There are 3 kind of reasons why. Firstly, to help refresh it. So I don't believe in like these, or not that I don't believe them, I don't do refresh routines. I don't wet down my hair and reactivate the product and so on and so forth. I refresh by just brushing the ends usually. So firstly, I do it to help refresh my hair. Secondly, my fine wavy hair is super prone to tangles. So the only way that I can detangle my hair is to take a brush to it. So then it's about the method and the brush, which I'll come on to in a minute. But the third reason is, again, because of an experiment. I tried somebody else's routine. I'm so sorry, I cannot remember her name. I saw her, I think it was on TikTok, and she did this routine with a Denman brush, and then she, at the end, after everything, she brushed out her hair. And she has fine hair too, and it creates volume and, okay, a little bit of floofiness, but floofiness in a good way because it's intentional. So it gave this sort of really undone, voluminous, just, I love it. It's kind of like a slight 80s, 70s kind of vibe going on, and I just think it looks so pretty, and it makes me feel like I have a lot thicker hair than I actually have. So 3 really kind of like basic reasons, but helps to refresh, helps to detangle, and helps to create a certain look. But it is still important to me how I actually do it. So I'm very, very gentle. I wouldn't use my wet brush because of all those vents. I worry that my hair could get tangled. So I opt for my Tangle Teaser paddle brush because I feel like the bristles are gentle enough. They're not going to snag and pull, but they're also not going to create tangles, and I'm not going to get my hair twisted around vents and so on. I then always first add an oil. So just rub some oil between my hands, apply it, sort of glazing it over my hair, and then very gently, either if I'm just trying to actually detangle a certain section, I will find that knot and very, very gently isolate and detangle it. Or if I'm just trying to brush it, like this morning, I brushed my hair because I'd done a bouncy blow dry. I just added that oil and then I brushed, isolating the ends and working my way up. And I don't think it has a detrimental effect. I don't brush it endlessly throughout the day. I would normally just brush and then let it be. It's just more about refreshing it, helping smooth it, and sometimes also it will get rid of some flyaways and some frizz if you've got that oil added first. I'm talking too much, my coffee's going cold. Okay, lastly, the 5th thing that I have quit. I am quitting being scared of heat styling tools. I say that, I'm still working my way up to this one, okay? So what I don't particularly love sometimes about wavy and curly hair advice is there are some statements that are made which I think are there to just kind of like scare people into following advice. So I have read where people have said, if you use heat on your hair, you're going to kill your curls, or you're going to stretch out your waves. And I just don't think it's very pleasant to kind of make that kind of statement. I think, you know, could I potentially have a stronger curl pattern if I didn't choose to still have bleach highlights and do the occasional bouncy blow dry? Possibly. But to be honest, I don't mind saying this. I don't mean it in a conceited way, but I really love my loose wave. I'm really happy with that. That's my favourite look. I actually prefer it when my hair's just got like a loose wave texture to it rather than a curlier look. That's just a personal preference. But I was definitely scared off ever going anywhere near straighteners or curling tongs, and even my hot brush attachments to my shark styler. However, kind of probably about 6 months ago, I did a bouncy blow dry, and there was in the back of my mind, oh my God, what will happen? Will my waves bounce back, or is this going to sort of destroy all the progress that I've made? And the answer is no, of course it's not. I think as long as you are protecting your hair from the heat and that it's not your go-to routine, you're not doing it every single time, so there's not excessive heat on your hair. One of the most joyful things about having wavy hair is the flexibility that it brings. You know, let's face it, there are some downsides to wavy hair. You know, it can be a little bit unpredictable, it's frizz prone, it's quite reactive to the weather, you know, moisture, humidity, etc. But putting all of the cons aside, the pros, like you can wear it smooth and sleek, you can wear it super curly, you can get it to be nice and volumized. It will hold all of these different heatless curl patterns that you do. It works so well with stuff like that. Like it should be really joyful. So maybe it's less about the heat and maybe it's just more about quitting the strict rules and just enjoying all the flexibility that wavy hair brings, and always putting the health of my hair at the forefront, but then enjoying it as well. Because ultimately, you know, if you're struggling through not using silicons, not using heat, you know, not using some of your favourite products, and you're still not happy with the end result, what's the point? Like, really, you know, what is the point? So yeah, embrace the waves, enjoy it. I do think that experimenting with routines and products is a really important part of the journey, and I'm definitely going to continue to do that and share what I find, trials and tribulations with you. And actually, if you're interested in some of the earlier stages of my wavy hair care journey, you may want to check out one of these videos. Thank you so much as always for watching. I will see you in the next video. Take care.